Hi, my Play, Learn, and Grow Together friends. Thanks for joining me for PJ Family Story Time. I'm so happy that we could be together. You're in your space and I'm in my space. And I wanted to talk to you about one thing before we get started, which is the importance of a bedtime routine. It's a time where we can connect and a time to wind down. Creating a schedule is oftentimes important so that we know what to expect during this transition from the active part of our day to the quiet part of our day. So it's important to have some calming routines. Now, I know you might have dinner and a little time for yourself, and then maybe a bath time, and then, of course, brushing your teeth. And then you may get into your bed and make a story a part of your routine, and then get a big kiss goodnight, and then we say night-night, and then we'll see you in the morning. So I just wanted to emphasize that a routine can really make your day a little easier and your evening going off to bed a little easier for everybody. So tonight, we're going to be able to do a story together that I hope you enjoy, and I even have a little activity for us today. So, are we ready to go? Should we first say hi to some of my friends and you can say hi to some of your friends? 1, 2, 3. Hello, bunny. Hello, bear. Hello, dog. We're glad you came to play. Yay. Okay, so we're ready? Here's my book for us. It's called Guess How Much I Love You. And some of you might have read this book before, but it's always good to repeat the book so I never can get enough of the same book. So then I get to know it and we can talk more about it. This book the author is Sam McBratney, and that's who wrote the words, the author. And the illustrations, the picture, and the artist is Anita Duran. And you might be able to predict what this book is about. What do you see on the cover? Yep, you see a big rabbit and a little rabbit. Well, shall we get started? Okay, here we go. Guess how much I love you. Little Nut Brown Hare, who was going to bed, held on tight to Big Nut Brown Hare's very long, what? What are those? Ears. He wanted to be sure that Big Nut Brown Hare was listening. Guess how much I love you, he said. I don't think I can guess that, said Big Nut Brown Hare. I wonder where they live. Maybe outside where all the trees are. This much, said Little Nut Brown Hare, stretching out his arms as wide. Can you stretch out your arms? As wide as they could go. Oh! But Big Nut Brown Hare had even longer arms. But I love you this much, he said. That is a lot, thought Little Nut Brown Hare. Can you stretch out your arms very wide? I love you as high as I can reach, said Little Nut Brown Hare. Can you reach up? Reach up high. Touch the sky. Well, I love you as much as I can reach, said Big Nut Brown Hare. Oh, reach high. Oh, my grown-ups can do it. I know it. That is very high, thought Little Nut Brown Hare. I wish I had arms like that. So you and your grown-up can reach way up high. Well, then, Little Nut Brown Hare had a good idea. He tumbled upside down and reached up the tree trunk with his feet. See? I don't know if you can do that at home, but maybe you can try. I love you all the way up to my toes. Can you find your toes? Well, I love you all the way up to your toes, said Big Nut Brown Hare, swinging him up over his head. That's very, very high. Can you touch your toes? I love you as high as I can hop, 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 laughed Little Nut Brown Hare, bouncing up and down, up and down, up and down. Can you go up and down, up and down? Well, but I love you as high as I can hop, smiled Big Nut Brown Hare, and he hopped so high that his ears touched the branches above. Maybe your grown-up's gonna jump up high too. That's good hopping, thought Little Nut Brown Hare. I wish I could hop like that. He's not that big. Well, I love you all the way down the lane as far as the river, cried Little Nut Brown Hare. Well, I love you across the river and over the hills, said Big Nut Brown Hare. Can you see that river in the distance? It's like a stream. That's very far, thought Little Nut Brown Hare. He was almost too sleepy to think any more. Then he looked beyond the thorn bushes out into the big dark night. Nothing can be further than the sky. What do you see in the sky? The moon. That's right. Well, I love you right up to the moon, he said, and closed his eyes. See, he's almost ready to sleep, the Little Nut Brown Hare. Oh, that's very far, said Big Nut Brown Hare. That is very, very far. Big Nut Brown Hare settled Little Nut Brown Hare into his bed of leaves. He leaned over and kissed him. Good night. Then he lay down close by and whispered with a smile, I love you right up to the moon and back. Well, that was a very nice story, and I bet that when you read this story, some of the things that we might want to think about are labeling some of the pictures that we might have seen, like, what are they? They are rabbits, but they're also called hares. And let's see, we talked about the big, long, what do they have? Big, long ears, like mine. I have big, long ears. Funny, huh? Is Jane being funny? And we saw some nature. That's right, a tree branch. You remember the water was the river? We saw the hills and what was up in the sky at night. I bet tonight you could go peek outside and maybe see the moon. Oh, and don't forget how you touched your, that's right, toes. And you reached up high with your arms. And we saw lots of colors as well. The hares were what color? Brown and white. And the grass and the trees were green. And we might want to think about big and little. And short and tall. Those are some of the things that we can talk about in this book. Now, I did bring my measurer because they said, I love you this much. Well, how much could it be? Very, very big. And do we love you this little? No, 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 no. But you can measure it at home and see how much with your arms. It's one activity you could try and do. You could also make up a game about how much I love you. Like they made it all the way to the moon. Maybe you have other ideas on how much you love somebody. Maybe as much as a big glass of milk. With the cookies, of course. And I have a little activity that I did, which I thought I'd share with you. And this is a bunny here, right? Well, I made a bunny out of a sock. Yeah, there he is. But I did it with a sock, and I'm going to tell you how you can do it. Okay, if you'd like to, you take an old sock, maybe like this, and you fill it with something, maybe a little soft. You can do it with cotton balls. That's what I used, was the cotton balls. Okay, and I filled the sock up with a lot of cotton balls. You can do it with other things as well. And I then took a rubber band after it was full, and I made the little head, and then I put the rubber band to make the head. And at the very end, I tied a knot. I stretched the rest of it out. I tied a knot, and I made 2 ears. I did use scissors just a little bit, just to make the ears separate. And then I found a little ribbon in my house, and I added the ribbon for a little extra special design to mine. I took a little marker for my eyes, and for the nose I made a little X. So I did 2 dots, just circles, little dots. I made an X for the mouth, nose area. And then I even took another rubber band and gave him a little tail. That's what I do with mine. You can make yours any way you want. There's lots of different ways that you might make a sock bunny. This was one I made. So you can try that. And I thought we could do one song before we say goodbye. Maybe you can think of another song too before you go to bed. Because, as I said, it's always nice to have a bedtime routine. So try this song first, because I know you know this one. 1, 2, 3. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Well, thank you for joining me tonight for our story, Guess How Much I Love You. I hope you'll send me some pictures if you do the bunny, then make one of your own. I'd love to see some pictures. You can send them to me or post them on our Facebook. And we'll see you next time. Okay? So, good night. Don't forget to give your grown-up a big hug, and your grown-up gives you a big hug, and say how much I love you. We'll see you the next time. Night.